side in the blue who is going to get cannon rushed. It is DnS, our French player from Casket Gaming.
And in the top left, playing for Team Roddy, he is the Croatian Pro Tour player. 18 years old, a cannon rushing extraordinaire. It's Goblin.
Now, you sound very confident about this cannon rush. Do you have inside information, Grant?
Nah, it's pure prediction, mate.
Well, I have bad news for you, buddy. It doesn't look like that's what's going to be. It is, however, going to be a Max Packs build with that forward gateway off of the forward pylon. And oh my god, it's a double forward gateway. Wow.
Why did he lie to me? Oh, Goblin, I was meant to sound so intelligent in this cast. Okay, so Goblin certainly says he has some ideas for this series. He's going to have some fun with it. Proxy on an instance! He didn't lie. Okay, so this is a proper Goblin build, where you proxy 2 gateways and cannon rush at the same time. Oh, I love this kid so much.
Oh dear. Well, DnS is popping out, and he's going to see this. He's going to spot it. He sniffed it out, and oh, just a little too close. Now DnS knows exactly what's going on. He sees the... I'm sure he clicked on that forge to be like, are you triple gating me? No, you're not. It's a forge and 2 gates. Grant, how does this play out from here?
It really depends on what's going on right now in the main, so we'll just take a look over there. It's very important that Goblin gets his stuff up. Now, DnS has taken one of the very nice defensive options, which is to throw down a forge of his own to make sure cannons can never get in range. If you already have a cannon up, then you can't be cannon rushed because your cannon's done, etc. So Goblin is going to start trying to get a couple of zealots out to break down the wall, and he's going to cannon up the low ground. I like this here by Goblin. This is super cute. First zealot will come up to DnS. Goblin cannot lose that worker.
Yeah, okay. Keep the probe alive, so he's just fine. Looks like one probe is going to go down here. Zealot v Zealot, but it's 2 zealots, of course, out for Goblin, which means DnS is going to be chased away. I think both these cannons are probably going to finish here.
Yeah, so Goblin's cannons will finish, but I don't think they're in range if DnS is in the high ground. And that's a problem, because DnS will be really, really safe with cannons of his own. He's going to be able to take down, sure, the wall. He should probably focus his cannons on the pylon, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Oh, no, okay. Yep, that is what he's going to do. And now the zealots are just going to run in. No? Okay, he's going to wait for more, I think. Oh my god, he's going to get a cyber core in his natural.
What Silver League game did we accidentally get into cast here?
This is Goblin. My concern right now is Goblin can never really get further. There's no way for him to reliably get high ground vision either. For now, as soon as he gets in the depth, that of course changes because he can use the shade. He's going to be moving in and out here. Oh, he's found a spot. Oh, that's so nice.
Whoa, the one stair.
That's 1 pixel.
The one stair that zealot can stand on the ramp. Or stair, whatever. He's going to be able to take it. I love he's picking down these unbuildable rocks as well. Is he just going to wall DnS into his main?
Yeah. Now, DnS is producing a stalker. It's going to be chronoed. It will come out in time unless Goblin... Oh, it's going to be bloody close.
Nah, he'll get it. It should be just
he'll get
fine.
it.
No question. The stalker is chronoed out. It will finish up here. Well, actually.
No, it will.
Oh, yeah, it'll be out. The stalker will make it out, but the gateway will go down. We see 2 more gateways, and most importantly, a Stargate from DnS. Straight into Void Ray?
He may make 1 Oracle and just send it across the map, to be honest with you.
Okay.
What is Goblin doing in the proxy? He's getting a Stargate as well, so that's really good. Because that will force DnS to stay at home with whatever unit he gets. Now, we should be seeing a couple of Adepts come out pretty soon, I would imagine. Goblin needs to get a little bit more high ground vision again. Don't use the probe though, mate. He should send 1 Zealot, yeah, just up to get that vision again. He needs to be careful to be out of range of cannons, of course. But he wants to take down this pylon and be in a good spot. He doesn't want to waste too much shield back energy. It's very important that they're there for the Void Rays.
Right.
Oh my god, he took a lot of cannon shots there. He wanted to get a bit more information. There's so many cannons here for DnS. So work count right now, Goblin has 1 more. This is going to be weird as all hell.
It is. We see that Oracle is popping its way across now. Now, Warp Gate research is not finished yet, which means this Oracle is going to have a field day in the main base of Goblin. There's simply no way to get any stalkers across the map back home to deal with this. All these probes, I don't know how many probes a full energy Oracle can kill, but we're about to find out, Grant.
A lot. Oh, he's not tough. He's not turned it on. There we go. So we're easily going to see 10 probably go down here. So Goblin now needs to win the fight on the front. He's going to be able to unpower 2 of the gateways. That's a big start. He's going to kill workers of his own too. There are 3 stalkers and a Void Ray here for DnS. Goblin's going to lose, okay, 11, 12. Wow, really that many workers. And really didn't expect him to lose that many. So,
Still
okay,
going.
the
Shield battery's very late, though.
finally out of energy.
My God, 15 worker kills. Goblin more or less out of money here. And I'm a little bit worried he's only on 2 Void Rays right now. So I'm sure the gateways have been depowered. Oops, sorry. Gateways have been depowered here for DNS. But he's getting Void Rays of his own.
This game's weird.
Yeah, you said it, Grant. This game is super weird.
This is a
man.
Goblin game if I've ever seen one. Okay, now Goblin's in the worker line of his opponent. This is very important. He needs to kill so many workers, so if anything, he can force a draw. I think Goblin loses, right?
It's hard to say. DNS certainly has more income, and that's about it. The world is open to him. The world of possibilities is open right now to DNS. He can build anything he wants. Hell, he could go for a double robo into Disruptor here to try and break this if he wanted to. I think he's going to have plenty of time. The onus is definitely on Goblin to get damage done, and get damage done very quickly. But he seems to be struggling to do that, as these Void Rays, or these Stalkers rather, are constantly poking back the Void Rays. And now with the Void Ray advantage, DNS should feel very comfortable engaging. DNS a little supply block now. He needs to get some more safe pylons back in the backside of his base. He's going to keep losing pylons left and right. This Oracle still out of energy, continuing to pick down more probes every chance it gets, though. Photon Cannon down, which should push it away a little bit. But I love that Oracle across the map. That's certainly the right call out of that first Stargate.
Oh, Goblin, can he kill one Void Ray? Yes, he can. Very nice control there by Goblin. Forces up the Super Battery too. That's a cooldown that's now going to be gone for a while. Goblin made this. He's going to just try and keep the gas count very low for his opponent here. Oracle at the other side of the map doing some damage, but it is now very, very low. It can go in for one more dash, but it will die. He's going to take down another pylon too. Of course, there is now no Super Battery. Goblin still has some money and has been basically only using it to make batteries. This is a weird game.
Very weird. We see Void Ray number 3 on the way for Goblin. Right now, the Resources Lost tab in favor of Goblin, who's playing technically more efficiently right now, but DNS still in a strong position on 17 workers to the 10 of Goblin.
Goblin's just trying to pick off a worker every now and then, and that's an okay way of doing it, but I just don't know how this game goes from here on. It's going to be so odd. The one positive thing, if the game goes very long, is that DNS will mine out his main first.
Right. That's
Goblin,
pretty low bar. Oh my gosh.
He gets another Void Ray.
Goblin's control Goblin's control has been impeccable right now. He's taken out 2 Void Rays and hasn't lost any of his own so far. Of course, he is flying over those shield batteries, and he's got so many of them. 7 shield batteries going down are down in the natural right now, as opposed to the 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's also 7 up for DNS in the main, but his are spread out a little bit more. So he's already lost 2 Void Rays, and again, as the game gets more and more efficient for Goblin, the better it gets. But I still think DNS is in a strong position. He just needs to take a good fight. He can't let these batteries keep charging up on top of these. Can't let the batteries keep regenerating their energy. He's got to continually peck down these Void Rays so these batteries eventually run out.
So the thing that gets weird is if this game goes longer and DNS cannot break Goblin, only one player can expand, and that's Goblin, because he has the map open. DNS cannot leave his main. It is a scientific impossibility, unless he were to get a prism for him to be able to ever leave. Of course, there is still the Oracle at the other side of the map. The Oracle is killing probes every now and then, but probes are being made pretty continuously by Goblin 2 to replace what he loses. Not to get up higher number, more just to replace. Goblin's going to get another Void Ray. He might lose one here, though.
Wow, no, he's not going to lose that one. It's going to be saved. Oh my gosh, Goblin is going to pick up all the Void Rays, and now he's just going to overcharge or use the prismatic alignment to snap down some more of these Void Rays. Man, this is great play from Goblin Grant.
I can't believe he's actually doing this build.
This is ridiculous. He told you he was going to cannon rush?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't completely lying.
No, he told me the truth.
Wow.
This is definitely a form of cannon rush. It's just an interesting one. Goblin, once again, splits his beams a little bit there and isn't able to take down one of the units.
Second Void Ray coming out now for DNS. His shield battery's looking a little bit low, and Goblin's going to be able to pick one of them down. Not off, but down. Getting closer, though. Getting closer to picking some of these off. Goblin able to encroach further and further into DNS's main base, and there we are. Another prismatic alignment going down. Oh, the Void Ray. The Void Ray's going to go down here. That's a little bit too deep for DNS. Oh my god, he gets it. He saves it.
Goblin, you need to hit the escape button, my friend. There we go. He does that and is able to back out. But he took out 2 more shield batteries. Goblin is trading extremely efficiently. He's making Void Rays behind this. You can see in terms of resources lost, if you open that bad boy up, Creighton, it's insane how efficient Goblin has been with this. Goblin are finding the Florencio files here. He's now making more and more Void Rays because he has some money.
He does have some money. That's a little surprising considering he was on 10 workers just moments ago. Up to 19 now ahead on workers. And as you said, if anybody can expand this game, it could be Goblin. What are DNS's ways to break out of this contain?
I honestly don't know anymore. I think the damage has been done. It will have to come out from miscontrol from Goblin. What is the Void Ray count? Oh my god, Goblin's so far ahead in Void Rays. Goblin's won the game.
Unbelievable. He's going to pick all these units down, and DNS has got to be slamming his fist into his keyboard or angrily lighting a cigarette or staring at the Eiffel Tower with a frown on his face because, ladies and gentlemen, Goblin takes that game. Grant, can you explain what just happened to any of us?
No.
Okay.
So it all came down to one pivotal moment where DNS overextended and lost 2 Void Rays. Goblin's having a very quick look at the replay to see how DNS opened, because I wouldn't be surprised to see him do something like that again.
Look, hey, Goblin, guys, is 0-5 right now in this tournament. He's not won a single series. He's only won, that's only the second map that he's won this entire day. Or this entire tournament, this entire 2 weeks, goodness gracious. So only the second map he's won the entire tournament, and what a way to win a map. That is insane. The next map, Ever Dream, though, which I believe both players are a little more familiar with, is that going to change up his style, or do you think he's going for it again, Grant?
Goblin's going to do something naughty. At this point, he's playing... $125 is nice, but I know Goblin enough to go, this isn't really about the money. This is about him having a really good time and making it fun for the stream.
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message, Grant.
Yes.
And that is that Protoss can be fun and cheesy and not just 2 giant balls of units bumping into each other after 35 minutes of intense macro play.
You should have seen what he messaged me. I can't repeat it on stream.
Oh.
I can try and water it down. He said, "You must have felt very, very good. It must have been a great self-love session." That's it watered down.
Grant, you're gonna get me kicked off the B stream, man. I can't handle this PG-13 nonsense. Let's get into game number 2. Spawning in the bottom left-hand side, repping Team Roddy and Croatia. It is the trickster god of Protoss, Goblin.
And his opponent on the top right-hand side of Everdream, representing Cascade Gaming, he is the French Protoss player in the red. It's DNS.
Oh.
No cannon rush, Creighton Olsen. No cannon rush. Goblin's going to play it.
Not going to be a cannon rush. There it is. Look at that gate going down in the main base. Has Goblin gone soft? Is he getting old? Is he washed up? He's no fun anymore.
Oh, Goblin's always fun. Wouldn't be surprised to see Goblin take a macro game here, because if you're DNS, you are not in a good mood right now. It's a really, really tilting loss. We've all lost to cannon rushes, and we all know how frustrating it is in a tournament this important. And DNS, if you were to take a look at the standings here, he is scientifically still, or he was at least, scientifically still able to advance. It's very, very unlikely, but you do not want to be losing to silly builds such as that. That is so frustrating. And even if you can't advance, you want to win another $125, right? Like, it's nice. Goblin is going to be proxying. No, it's DNS going to be throwing down the proxy this game. Yeah. Goblin's already looking for it.
Well, Goblin's going to drop a pylon of his own, but he's gonna abandon that pylon. And so is DNS. Both players going for pylons on this side of the map. They should see each other's probes and be like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going on here?
Goblin going to go for the chase right now. I think it's well, I mean, he knows there's no proxy down because his pylon's going to be seen here. He knows the rough location of the pylon too. You can decipher it from what he's seen. So there will be no proxies. Both players are going to play very standard double stalker, warp gate. We should see tech go down at home in the not too distant future. And yeah, Goblin's going to go looking just to make sure nothing... oh no, he's going to go looking elsewhere? Goblin, I'd probably go and check on that pylon just in case another probe came out. But he knows better. And he's just happy to go out on the map right now.
Yeah, he's, fairly standard openings here. You got to keep those probes active if you see that one of the pylons is missing. So good that both players are out on the map. But yeah, no proxies yet, and it looks like... I love DNS in the main, trying to sneak this into the main. It's not going to work out for him, but that's cute. That's cute. Twilight Council against Stargate for DNS. Oh, DNS loves his Stargate play.
Ooh. Okay, so Goblin not really a traditionally a Twilight player. It may be Glaver Depth, which I like. Glaver Depth is pretty good against Stargate. He may also just play, of course, Blink, which is good. And Goblin's going to be going for the later Nexus. How many gates is he on? He hasn't added any more yet, right? No. Okay, so it's important to see if Goblin adds on a third and possibly, very unlikely, a fourth gate. He should, if he wants to be very aggressive, he'll add on a third. But it does look like his money is going up as he adds on a battery as well. I don't hate what Goblin's doing here. He's getting Blink. Still only off of 2 gateways, so he certainly should be looking to expand.
There's a big difference though in that DNS has grabbed his natural already, and I don't believe Goblin spotted it until just
Goblin
now.
has to recall.
Yeah, he's got to get out of here because he's
Oh no!
Oh,
the miscontrol. He's going to lose 1 Stalker immediately. Goblin has to recall right now.
That's real rough.
Wargate is just finishing.
Doesn't have a probe either. This is bad news, Bears. He's going to be forced to recall. I don't even know if he has enough on the map, though. He does have 5 Stalkers total. The shield battery finishes up just in time, and that might help him drive this away a little bit more. And here we go. Wargate finally finishing up, and now the Stalkers will be able to push back DNS's incursion into the main base. But DNS is being very pernicious here, but Goblin getting into DNS's main as well.
Yeah, and now DNS is the one that has to recall. Goblin's going to get a couple of workers here. Blink isn't done. Okay, he gets just a couple, and then I know he lost a couple, right?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Both players have killed a couple of workers this game, basically.
In fact,
there is an Oracle.
10.
It was the Oracle, okay, yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. The Oracle has no kills.
That unit lost 10. Almost even for these 2 players.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very close game so far. Goblin losing a little bit less because there was a battery that went down for DNS as well as a Stalker and a couple of probes. The Oracle now coming in. There are Stalkers in position, and a battery is going to go for the Stasis Ward. Immediately cancelled. Nice target fire by Goblin, and he defends against that first Oracle pressure, but he still has no natural. Neither does, of course, DNS, who had to cancel his, though.
Cancel it twice, I should point out. He lost it one time in Goblin's initial Stalker push. He dropped it back down and was going to try and expand again, and then canceled it a second time. He's really worried about the pressure from Goblin, as he should be, though. A good star sense, a good read from DNS, who, I don't know if he felt it in his bones, but the pylon being put down at the 9 o'clock position right now.
Yeah, there's a Stasis Ward going down on Goblin's natural, but Goblin's not looking to expand anytime soon. There's an Immortal on the way. Goblin has his moment where he needs to go, and he is going to do just that. The shield battery is out of range for a super battery, I think. Goblin poking up, he's going to try and trade here. Doesn't manage to do so, and now all of the Stalkers very weak, but he has so many. DNS may be overextending here. We'll lose a Stalker.
Very, very close so far. It's 12 Stalkers to 6 right now, but of course with Defender's advantage, DNS is going to feel a little more comfortable in this fight. The Immortal's going to pop out in about 10 seconds, or 3 seconds, and that's going to be the end, I think, of Goblin's chances at getting across the map and doing more damage. Now, the good news is he's contained DNS on 1 base. He's forced to cancel out of that natural. This is not what DNS wanted to do this game, but the bad news for Goblin is he doesn't have a natural behind this either.
No. Excuse me, this game's going to be a little weird from this point on. As the Oracle comes out, Goblin now realizes surely that his pressure is over, and he does expand. Fantastic. But he needs to get probably a Robo behind this pretty soon, because the counterattack potential from DNS is pretty scary right now. Goblin's continuing to warp in. He wants to try and slow down the natural of DNS, but I do think it's a little unlikely. There's an observer here keeping track of things. What that means is DNS is going to be able to push this away immediately. And right now, DNS's army is stronger. You can see army supply being equal, but there is 2 Immortals with a third already on the way. So if Goblin wants to stay in this game, he needs to either get something like Charge very soon, or a Robo himself, possibly even go into a quicker Archon. How much gas has he got? Not a lot.
Fight going down to the
now, like
Goblin.
yeah.
Sorry, just catching some of this stuff. Don't want to miss because I know these Protoss games can be over in the flash of a flash of an eye. You were saying the game could end a couple different ways. DNS with the Immortals out. I was going to mention that if Goblin does blink on top of that Immortal, he can get some good damage done there. A couple of depths sneak into the main, but not going to get much done. 2 kills before they get both taken out.
Yeah, not worth it for the couple of adepts. Oracle as well, trying to come in. Does take a little bit more damage getting no thing. The Oracle's been really useless in this game. Goblin right now is just trying to pick off any unit he can whilst blinking backwards. Of course, he doesn't want to be losing Stalkers. It's very important he keeps his numbers high because he's going to have to defend. Goblin is going to go for Zealot Charge, and I think this is the best option because a Mortal count is going to be very difficult to catch up in. The Zealots are pretty good against everything right now that DNS has. Goblin continuing, he really wants to try and catch DNS off guard here, and he's also just keeping him back. Does Goblin... How did he just have vision on the Hydra?
That's a really good question. I'm not actually sure how he has vision. Is that his stasis? No, that's not his stasis ward.
No.
I'm not sure how he saw that.
He may have had a hallucinate. No, he doesn't have any sentries, right?
Huh.
Oh, he does. He could have had a hallucinated Phoenix.
Just barely in there. Okay. But yeah, with the Immortals out now, DnS seems to be in a stronger position this game. Goblin's gas is kind of running out, I think. He keeps trying to take fights, but he's forced to blink away because he just doesn't have the army supply that his opponent does. And not the terrifyingness of the army either. The army efficacy.
Yeah, but Goblin's pretty safe at home. He's doing what he needs to do here, and that he's getting his upgrades slowly. He's adding on extra buildings. You can see he's getting 2 more gates, as well as Zealots are now going to begin being produced en masse. We do have a fight going down. Natural Goblin once again forced to blink away. How many Stalkers has Goblin lost? Only 5, which considering he's been here so long, dipping in and, hitting a shot and then dipping out, isn't that bad. But DnS has done a great job. DNS's upgrades are going to be quicker. I believe there's no forge, right, for Goblin? Nope. And that's going to be a huge thing. DNS as well is opting for that Templar Archives now. So DNS is in a lull right now. We're spending a lot of money. And Goblin, if he plays well, could capitalize on this.
Yeah, a bit of a misread, honestly, from DnS, sending that probe down to try and build the 3rd base without realizing the Goblin was already down there and staying on the map. As you said, a bit of a lull army production-wise. He's adding on infrastructure, adding on tech everywhere. Templar Archives, +1, Blink, more gates coming down. But this could be a really rough fight for DnS if Goblin wants to pounce. But Goblin is being so passive, Grant.
Yeah. And I don't hate it because he knows he hasn't got the tech advantage right now. He's going to have to play longer to catch up in that, and he's going to have to play greedy. And that's why his 3rd is already halfway done, Creighton. He's just trying to save every unit. He's also baiting a little bit here. He has some Zealots just waiting to jump. Where are they? Are they still in the bush? Yeah, okay, no, they're going to back off here. He knows he can't commit to a fight. He was trying to bait the army here of DnS into those reeds where the Zealots were hiding, completely invisible. And it didn't work out, but Goblin's doing okay. Now, DnS sees the 3rd Goblin is already pretty far down. He's going to go in with his Oracle and see if he can find some damage. There are a couple of Stalkers still around, though. Just going to push him away whenever he comes in. There's not enough to get a kill quickly.
No. I mean, I like that Goblin's adding on a Robo finally, but he is so far behind now. Archons, 4 Immortals out. The army for DnS looking very scary despite being slightly behind in army supply. +1 and charge. Going to make this a very difficult engagement for Goblin to take. When and where, if and when that giant fight finally happens.
Yeah, the only positive Goblin has is 16 Zealots. Is a whole bunch of Zealots, and if he can get a good wraparound on the Immortals and the Archons, they will vanish under Zealot slashes. Goblin's position is very strange. He is producing a lot of probes as well, trying to get up into the 50s in the probe marker, and get that 3rd fully saturated as quick as he can. Gateway count is 6 for Goblin, 7 for DnS, so reinforcements will favour the French Protoss player should it come to it. Both players spending all of their money, of course, and it looks like Goblin is leaning up towards an attack here, with more Archons being warped in this proxy pylon location. This game is very odd.
Yeah, it really is. The 3rd base is now both down, even on workers. If we look at the income graph, we can see it's barely favored DnS for most of the game, dipping into Goblin's favor a little bit. Here we go, DnS actually being a little bit aggressive, and I think he knows he's got a really good army comp here. These Zealots in the south flank doing a lot of damage, though, for Goblins. They push in. Zealots slightly out of position. Oh, those charge lots getting caught behind the Immortals. There's no workers to juggle any of this, but it looks like DnS may have a more sustainable army comp. Now that War Person's here, he is going to run all over Goblin all day long.
Yeah, Goblin's certainly going to lose at least an Archon here, possibly both of them if the Stalkers decide to chase too far alongside the Zealots. No. So a good fight there for DnS, but Goblin is splitting off a few Zealots and looking for counter damage, and he may well find some here in the natural. This Stasis Ward, it was about to run out as well, just as Goblin came in. Goblin doesn't find the damage that he wanted. He is just going to try and save some Zealots here and keep them ready for a future harassing potential. One thing I must say is this Oracle has had 1 kill all game. It's a really impressive defense against that. But Goblin still no forge. Finally adds on a forge at 12 minutes 10.
And that's not good because DnS has been keeping up on those upgrades. +2 now on the way.
Yeah.
He's adding on photon cannons for some static defense and going to push across the map yet again. This time his army supply is slightly more terrifying. The upgrade advantage in his favor, the army supply advantage in his favor, and the immortal count way in his favor.
The Goblin's army is very split. It is not at all together. And that means he's going to be in a bit of trouble here. He's going to bring everything home, as you can see. Actually, I believe almost F2ing it here just to try and get everything back so he can flank this. Reinforcements coming in from DnS, warping in behind. Goblin catches a few Stalkers on the map, and that's okay. But I just can't see how he's going to manage to get the right fight here. all of the units go in, but there's so many, Goblin can't take it, and DNS takes game 2.
Very quick GG. Goblin slow bleeding out there for a long time in the series. But over the course of the game, he was just outmatched. So we are going to see a game 3. But Grant, a big update from chat.
What's happening?
The young Frenchman, the little corporal himself, Clem, has lost his first game of the entire tournament. He's currently sitting at 1-1 against Clem.
You mean Showtime?
Showtime. Sorry, Clem and Showtime. 1-1 right now. Wow. Clem bleeds, but can he die?
Yeah, there's still... Clem could still be the only player currently to go up 6-0. Raynor is the only other one who could do so. As he plays tomorrow against a Laser. Oh, that's a good match. Oh, no, that's today. On the A stream, so following Mana sort of, you will have Raynor versus a Laser as a final EU game for today.
Yeah, that'll be great, man.
We're on the wrong map, aren't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Flame Trados.
The A stream has been killing it with not just all their talent. Did you see who the host was today, Grant, for the A stream?
I did. It's Sue.
Smix is around. She is amazing. Yeah. What a talented human being.
Incredible.
She is my idol. I could learn everything about hosting that I'd ever need to know from her. So good to see her hopping around. I haven't seen her at a StarCraft event since March, I think, and she did the IM Katowice.
Right?
Yeah. So very cool stuff to see Smix on the main stream there. That A stream absolutely killing it. If you guys aren't following the A stream, have them up on a second monitor because they obviously have a bunch of great games today. But we do have 2 great games left here. This game 3 between Goblin and DNS. And then our final series in the EU is going to be Vanya versus Art. Also going to be a pretty good series. Yeah. The Russian showdown.
Yeah, that'll be a really fun one. We are now getting into, of course, our map 3 on Eternal Empire between Goblin and DNS. And what shenanigans will the Croatian Protoss have? We're going to find out. You didn't tell me, so I can't pretend to be intelligent. Creighton, let's do it.
Spawning the bottom left-hand side of Eternal Empire LE in the red. It is our French Protoss player representing Cascade Gaming. His name is DNS.
And his opponent in the top right-hand side here of Eternal Empire, representing Team Rotti. He is the blue Protoss player from Croatia. It is Leon Vrahovic, or Goblin. Give you his real name just to throw it out there.
That's impressive. That's impressive stuff.
Now,
my prediction before this game started, I was guessing that the Goblin was going to go double forge right away. You get the so you drop the double forge, right? But you drop in different places. 1 forge in your main base, 1 forge proxy. And then when your opponent comes in, they see you researching from the forge, and they're like, what? He's going for a +1 first build? I haven't seen this since Wings of Liberty. And you psych him out. And then as they're leaving the base, you cancel the +1, right? So they're like, wait, what's going on? And then you start it again in your proxy forge just to throw him up. You know what word I'm going to say next, don't you, Grant?
And then you go Stargate?
Mind games. Sadly, my prediction not coming true. Double gateways on both sides. A little more predictable than what I thought might have been happening this game.
I think I'm not going to merge your build to my repertoire because I don't think it would be fair for the rest of the ladder. But you know what? You, good for you.
Hey, you just wait. I'm going to get an amazing article. Terran Craft is going to be like, you know what? Creighton's PvP idea was so good. I'm going to stop writing about Terran. And I'm going to completely start writing about Protoss because that guy is such a genius. Definitely going to happen. Goblin is proxying a Robo, though, which is almost as much fun as the build that I made up.
Yeah, now, this all comes down to really when it's scouted and DNS's defense. DNS is scouting this. As of right now, he will scout this very, very late, if at all. But he does have another probe. If this probe, oh, is okay. He's going to lock himself in the main on a suicide mission to get more information. He sees the third pylon go down. Of course, he knows that it's very, very late and there is tech. We do have a Stargate at home here for DNS. But it's very important. Okay, it looks like DnS will scout it. Oh, it's going to be close.
It's gonna be very close. I think he's gonna see
Your
it.
enemy
Yep.
strikes at a pylon.
Noted, and that means Goblin cancels immediately. Starts the Immortal, but I don't think it's gonna get out here. There's no stalkers anywhere near this to support this for Goblin. He's trapped in his own main base.
Yeah, Goblin out of his main now, but he's not going to be able to support this anytime soon. And you can see DnS is going to have just a field day cancelling all of this. This puts Goblin so far behind in his timings. Goblin's having to throw down multiple pylons. There's more stalkers coming across the map with DnS. Sure, Goblin has 4, but DnS will have 4. It'll come down to a micro battle. It does look like actually the Immortal could get out, and this could end up with the Stalkers being a little bit far from home, even being surrounded here, and that's what Goblin's looking for. You can see now he has 4 Stalkers. His shots are going to be slightly better to start things off. They trade at very, very similar times. DnS are trying to kite away here from the Immortal. Goblin managing to do slightly better on the reverse here, but there is already 1 Phoenix out. More Phoenixes on the way. A battery coming down. Goblin is going to start his shield battery, his warp prism, but unfortunately for Goblin, I don't think that's going to work out too well because there will be Phoenixes.
Yeah, Phoenix, of course, a really nice counter. I don't know if he's intentionally countering that proxy robo or just happened to get lucky and spotted it. But a good play either way by DnS. And yeah, the reason, of course, those Phoenix are so good, they can lift up the Immortals and take them completely out of the fight. So now instead of being an Immortal and 2 Stalkers versus whatever, it's going to be, yeah, nothing. The Warp Prism not available. Oh, that's such nice work. A good lift there. The Warp Prism not available to save the Immortal, and another lift there on the Stalker, which means the Sentries are going to go down, and 1 Phoenix still available to pick down this Warp Prism as it runs all the way back home. DnS cleans up here, and the Warp Prism will make it out, but not much else, guys. Not much else.
Yeah, now Goblin is still okay in terms of